Again with another loom tutorial. Today we're going to be making the ladder bracelet. It's relatively simple, it's not that complicated, and I'll be showing you how to make this today. Okay, so first start off with your loom. Make sure that this part that pokes out a little further than these two is facing you. So if you do it backwards and this part's facing away from you, your bracelet will fall apart come time to loop the bands. Alright, so we're going to be using 3 color bands today. We're going to be using pink ones, light blue, and black. Alright, let's get started. First off, you're going to want to take 2 bands of one color, whichever you choose, blue or pink or other colors that you would like. And you're going to start on this middle peg down here at the bottom, and you're going to place your band going off to the left, just like that. I apologize if it's a little harder to see. These are lighter colors. So you're going to take band number 2, do the same thing except going off to the right side, from the middle to the right. Just like this. Alright. Now once you have those 2 bands on, you're going to take your second color. In this case I'm using blue. Oops. Start off on this left hand peg, the first peg, and you go off up to the second peg. Just like this. And whatever you do on the left side, do on the right side as well. So we put one band here, so we take band number 2, put it over there. And alternate between colors. So next we'll have a pink one going up the left side, like so. And then we'll have a pink one going up the right side, just like that. Now continue that pattern all the way up your loom. Blue. Then pink, just like that. Blue, then pink. All the way up. This is very repetitious, so feel free to fast forward through the slower parts. Okay, now when you get to the second to last bands, you want to take your pink band, starting with the left, move off to the middle in a diagonal line, just like we did at the start of the bracelet. Just like that. I apologize if my shadow gets in the way. Alright, now that we have our borders done, what you want to do is you want to push them all down because we will be adding a few more bands. And you want them to be able to fit, so we got to make some room. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding more rubber bands, and these are what are going to look like the rungs on the ladder, the part you climb up. So take your first color, pink, and put it here, just like this, from this peg to this peg, and alternate going pink and blue. So we started pink here, and we take our blue band, just like that. Pink, blue, just like that. all the way up. Blue, pink, blue. Okay, now when you get to, not the second to last, but the third to last peg, stop there. Do not put one up here. Stop right here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our black bands and we're going to put them right up the middle of our ladder, all the way up. So starting from this bottom middle peg, take your black peg, up the middle, just like that. All the way up. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to place a cap band on this very last middle peg right here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to loop these middle black bands, and the cap band is going to prevent them from falling off. Now to make a cap band, you take one band, stretch it out a little bit, and twist it into a figure 8, just like this, and then fold it over so you're left with a little circle. Now place your little circle right over that middle peg, just like that. You can push it down a little bit too. Alright, now that we have those middle ones done, you're going to take your loom and you're going to turn it around so that this notched piece right here is facing you. Now you want to take your hook tool, go down this middle peg here, underneath the cap band that we just placed, and grab this black band right here. Okay. Now once you've hooked it, carefully remove it from that peg and place it forward. Oops. Just like that. Now do that for each peg all the way up to the top. Just like that. Now you'll know that you've done it correctly if when you pull the rubber band and it makes a little teardrop shape. And again, feel free to fast forward through the slower parts. It's a lot of repetition. Alright, now once you've gotten all your black bands looped, you want to take your loom and turn it back around so that this part that's out a little further than the other two parts is facing you. Alright, now once you've done that, we're going to add more rungs to our ladder. So just like we placed the pink ones here before the black ones, and then the blue, and then the pink, you're going to do the same thing. Take your pink band, put it over those two pegs so that it's over these black ones here. Blue, pink, blue, pink. And keep doing that pattern all the way up to where it stops. Alright. Now once you have all of those done, once again, turn your loom around so that this notched piece is towards you. And now we're going to loop our bands. Starting here, go under the black cap band, grabbing the top pink one, pulling it out very carefully, loop it to the left. Now you'll notice if you did it correctly that it loops over itself, just like this. Now go back in that peg, grab the remaining pink band, and bring it off to the right. Just like so. Now, you want to go to the left peg, grab the bottom blue rubber band, carefully take it off that peg and move it forward. Just like this. And continue that all the way up your ladder on both sides, only taking the very bottom rubber band. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that you are grabbing only the very bottom rubber band, because if you grab any of the other ones, your bracelet will fall apart and it will not look right. Very bottom, pull it forward, very bottom, oops, pull it forward. Back to the bottom and do the same looping technique on the right hand side. Bottom rubber band, remove it from the top, bring it forward. Bottom rubber band, pull it forward. Now be careful not to pull your bands too hard because they may snap, depending on the thickness of the rubber bands. Okay. Now once you've gotten to the end of the loom, what you're going to want to do is these pink ones here that go diagonal, grab those ones, they're at the very bottom rubber band, as usual, move it off to the middle. Same thing on the right hand side. Move it off to the middle. Now once you have that completed, you're going to want to take your tool, insert it into the middle of the peg, and bring it off to the side. But be careful not to remove the bands from the peg. Now take another black rubber band, hook it onto your tool, and very carefully guide that rubber band up through the middle of the bands and out the top. Now, slip the other end of that band onto your hook tool so that both ends are on your tool. Kind of wiggle it a little bit so it comes into the middle so that it doesn't easily slip off. Okay. And once you have that done, you're ready to remove your bracelet from your loom. Do this very carefully so not to snap any of the bands. You can see it looks like a ladder. Now once you have your bracelet off your loom, you will notice that it's a little small to wrap around your wrist. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to add an extension for the length that you need. There. It may need a little straightening out from being pulled on. But see how nice that looks? And there you're left with the ladder bracelet. Now, when you add your extension, you can either add it to one side, you can add a little bit to both sides. It doesn't matter. It's all on how you want it to look. Now, what I do to add my extension is turn my loom around so that this part right here is facing me, like so. But I start from this end. And I count back 7 because I only need 7 bands because my wrists are rather small. So I count back 7. And then I start from this peg. And I put my bands forward as if I was going to make a single chain bracelet. Now you don't have to use black. You can use the pink and blue like in your bracelet, or any of the other colors that you may have chosen. Alright, now, again, turn your loom around. Now carefully, grabbing both of these black rubber bands, I like to place it on my finger because it's a little more secure that way. Take it off your tool. Now, place both bands onto the very bottom peg, just like this. Now take your hook tool, carefully inserting it into this bottom peg, grab the very bottom black rubber band, and pull it forward, just as if you were making a single chain bracelet. Now once you're done with that, you want to take your clip, whatever kind of clips you have, whether it be C clips or S clips. In this case, I have S clips. Take your clip and your tool, hook the bands, both of them, with your tool and kind of stretch them out just a little bit, just so it makes it easier to attach your clip. Just like that. Now I like to move mine to the very top. Makes it easier to take the extension off the loom. Now once you have your clip on, remove your extension. There. and attach it to the cap band on the other side. You can hook it one at a time or both at a time, whatever is easiest for you. You don't necessarily have to hook both bands. You could do one if you'd like. But there you have it. Your completed bracelet. Well, I hope that you found the tutorial easy to follow. Click subscribe if you would like. I will probably make more tutorials. They are fun to do. I like being helpful. If you have a suggestion for a bracelet that I have not done yet, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I will see it and I will do my best to make a tutorial on the requested bracelet. Alrighty, I hope your bracelets come out beautiful. We'll see everyone later.